as Christy was just saying, we were brainstorming. We're like, okay, what are all the fun things you did in your physical classroom? There's tons of them. And then how could we kind of flip those and make sure that virtually we're keeping up that culture in our classroom and that excitement right to the very end? We reached out to our amazing curriculum fellows who are, I don't know, more amazing every time I say the word amazing. I don't have a better adjective. I need to come up with one. But to help us kind of fill in the blanks too of, okay, we do this physically, how would that look virtually? And they've been trying things out. They've offered up ideas, and that's what we're going to go through with you today. So in this document, if you haven't pulled it up already, if you're just joining, the bit.ly is, I'll try to make it a little bit bigger, is bit.ly/capital WSD and then lowercase celebrate. So there it is one more time. That's how you get to the shared doc with us to access all of these awesome ideas. So here over on the doc, we're going to go ahead and just start. We've kind of divided this into categories. So every gray bar is a category. So class party activities. We would be doing lots of fun things in our classroom to celebrate lots of great accomplishments. So how do we do that via Google Meet? So we're going to ask Ricky to turn on her mic here and talk to us a little bit about this first activity. While she's getting ready to do that, the ones marked in purple as we go through this doc, we're going to have fellows talk to us about. There were so many submitted. We've left all of them on here for you because they are all worth looking at. So the white ones we're not going to talk about during this session, but you definitely need to check out those and the links that are there. So.
And if you have questions, we've put the person's name on them, so you can reach out to them. I'm sure they could ask any questions.
Yeah, for sure. So Ricky, are you with us to talk to us about your virtual truth or dare?
Yes.
Hey,
can you see me?
So good to hear your voice. Tell us about it.
Okay, so what we're going to do is the last week of school, we've already given our students whiteboards and markers. So we're just going to have them get on with us and do a Google Hangout like what we're doing right now. But we're going to play truth or dare with them. So we're going to give them review questions of things that we've learned in math and language arts. And then we're going to pick random students. They don't know who we're going to call on, so they all have to be doing it on their whiteboard. And if they get the answer correct, they have to tell us truth or dare. So if they say truth, then we're just going to give them one of these cards. So like for truth on this one, it says, if you won $1 million in the lottery, what would you do with the money? So then me and my teaching partner are the ones that will answer this, not them. And then for dare, which, you know, most second graders are going to want to dare us. It'll just be us that are doing it. So like this one right here says, spray whipped topping in a pan and pie yourself. So we're going to do that, and they get to watch us do it. So we just hope that this will bring some excitement to them at the end of the year. And one thing that's great, I mean, I want to be in my classroom, but after doing all these dares, it'll be nice to be able to just take a shower afterwards and not have to wear it all day at school. So that's one perk of being at home.
Perfect. This will probably be even better virtually than in your classroom because you just have your cleanup and the kids are going crazy at their own house, right? Instead of all together in your classroom.
Yeah. Hey, Ricky, I want you to record that because I would love to watch it. It sounds so much fun. The kids are going to love it.
We got pictures of Polly with you guys egg on your head, whatever's going to happen.
Right.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, who do we have up for the pirate party?
Oh, our pirate party is, we have a teaching team, Wendy Stoker and Jen Ferry, and Jen's agreed to talk us through their pirate parties. So, Jen.
Can you see me? Am I on? Can you see me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. Yes.
You can hear me too. Okay, so we entered our party dressed like a pirate. We
have. Out. I can see you now. You have your pirate stuff on.
So Wendy and I did this with our class, and we, in the mail, we sent a meet to mustache and a patch, and we sent a pirate picture that they got to design, and it just had the face and the little cap, and they designed the rest of it. So they were given the little invitation, the link's online, and they showed up dressed like pirates. And we taught them how to talk like a pirate. We played games of Guess My Pirate. And we had them share their page. And then we danced like pirates. There's a Go Noodle, and everything is on the page. I've linked our invite that we sent in the mail. We just got our patches and our mustaches off Amazon. It was really fun. It was a fun day, and the kids, we had a lot of R's and had a lot of fun together. So this is the invite that we sent in the mail with the patch and the mustache. And then I put some slides in that we kind of went through. Those are all also on Teacher Pay Teacher with other activities. But sorry, if you'll scroll up to the first one, it linked at the bottom. I should have started about that. So these are, we all practice talking like pirates. And then the next slide, we gave clues where we they had to guess which pirate we were thinking of. And we used the different slides for that. And then this last one, we did, can they spot the differences on the pirate ships? And then the answer is on the next slide. So we did that one. And then we did a Go Noodle together, which is linked on the links as well. So it was a lot of fun. We had fun with them.
Awesome.
That
sounds
sounds
so
like
fun.
a lot of fun. And you know, you're second grade, but there's so many ideas that come to my mind as you think of some type of a virtual party that you could create with a theme and include the kids in. So I love it. Thank you.
Sure. I know. I keep thinking we don't want them to get anything crazy, but even if you have like a color theme or something, we're having a red party or, you know, I don't know. It could be so simple too. This was so darling and amazing. So thank you for sharing it with us.
I just think of a party we always have at school that's kind of iffy, the pajama party. But, you know, do it at home.
At home, that's totally great.
Well, we're in our pajamas all day, right?
Very true. That's awesome. Okay, we are going to go, we're going to skip a little bit ahead. We've got more on this theme in a minute, but we are going to ask Sarah Hone to talk to you about her virtual yearbook. Before I skip to her, sorry, she can get ready. All of these other activities are awesome, and I'm having a little bit of heartburn that we're skipping over them. Don't skip over them. Look at them in the document as you're listening, or go back and after this and look at them because there are some great things. So Sarah, are you ready to talk to us about your yearbook?
Sure. So there is a template on the Google Slides, and that's linked. You got that, Jen. I also linked a couple of pictures. I don't see them showing up on the document right now, but I gave you a couple of samples of the slides that I did. So it's cute because I had students that one of them, she had hair that was down to her waist and she got a haircut up to her chin. And so she put a picture of her new haircut in the yearbook. And so everybody in the class got to see her haircut. Another one had a birthday and they got to put a picture of their birthday cake on the yearbook. And so I linked the yearbook to my classroom and gave permission to the parents and the kids to edit. And they all add their own pictures of how their digital learning is going. So there's a lot of pictures of kids at their computers and just the fun things that they're doing. One day we had them make a paper boat and put as many pennies as they could. So a student took a picture of their evidence of that and put it on the yearbook. So we just get to see each other in a different way.
I love that it's collected and it's done too. So you're not comfortable with like video editing and all of that at this point, right? You just have it. It's just in slides and it's ready to go.
I would love to find a way at the end of this to print it and have like a actual bound copy of the book.
Awesome. If anyone has that idea, you'll have to contact Sarah or even just type it in this document. That'd be awesome to know. Sarah, to add to yours, there's another section. We needed to let Sarah go really quick, so I moved her up here. We've got a few more memory book ideas coming up near the end of our session, but if you go to the end of this document, I made a couple tutorials on how you make your slideshow just into a video without having to put it in WeVideo or anything. So if you're not ready for video editing, but you could collect some pictures on a slideshow, this is definitely the way to go. Okay, thanks Sarah so much for taking a minute to share your awesomeness with us. Okay,
Next up, readathon, right? We love readathon days, and our friend Jacob Burnett had a great idea on how he's ran a readathon with his class virtually. So Jake, are you with us?
I am.
Perfect.
Jake.
Tell us
Yes.
about it.
So sorry, my lights went out. I just scheduled a normal Google Hangout. I thought this one I think would be fun because it's free for us. You can make it as extravagant or simple as you want. You can have like you can have like some teachers do like readathons where they wear pajamas. I mean, whatever you decide to do, blanket, stuffed animals, all of that. But we did it on a Google Hangout. And so in 5th grade, the plan is to do 20 minutes of reading and then a 10-minute break. And so I have the timer set. And when the timer goes off after the 20 minutes, then the students come back to the Google Hangout and just talk to each other. They have their treats, just like when you have the break in a readathon in your classroom. But instead of doing it in the classroom, they're doing it on a Google Hangout and talking to each other, maybe talking about what books they're reading, different things like that. And then my plan in 5th grade is to do this for a total of 90 minutes. And so we would do the 20 minutes of reading and then a 10-minute break, and we repeat that 3 times. And so another thing I saw where somebody did this on Instagram, and they took treats out to their students so that every student would have treats. And so if you're a teacher who wants to go and do, a visit and drop off like a little care package for the readathon, you could do that as well. But I don't think you need to. I think you can have just a fun readathon without doing any extra. And so it's kind of how much you want to do or not do. So yeah.
I'm just having a thought as a mom. This is awesome because I don't have to pack up pillows and blankets and get all that to school with snacks. It's just at home. I bet it's fun to watch them reading too in their own little spaces at their house.
Yeah, and something easily to just switch over, right?
Yep, for sure. If you've got Google Meets happening, that one's an easy and a free one. Thanks, Jake. Awesome idea. Okay, we are going to, underneath that is a readathon idea just for younger kids too. Like Jake said, you could modify that so easily in so many different ways. So, all right, talent shows. Those are kind of a big tradition at the end of the year at some schools. So Stephanie Smith had an idea that she shared with us. Stephanie, can you share with us what's happening that way at your school or with your class?
Yes. Okay, so it's tradition at our school just for 6th grade to do the talent show. So what we decided was we have an awesome grade level aide who compiled a video for all of the teachers at the school. And so we were like, well, let's keep him busy with something else. So all of the students who want to participate can send him a picture of their talent. Maybe it's their writing or an art piece that they've done, or we told them to get creative, or a video. They can send him either one. And then he uses this app called Pick, Play, Post that he can compile. He can compile pictures and videos together to make one big long video. And then we plan on sharing that through a Google Meet, but also like posting that video link into our Google Classroom. He's already gotten some creative talents. One of our 6th graders did some tricks on a trampoline and then on a pogo stick. So they're getting into it.
That's awesome. Those are things you couldn't do at school. So
Yeah.
Right.
You can't bring that to the stage, but you can video it. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
Are you getting pretty good response with this so far?
Well, we've just put it out this week, and so he's gotten 2, but we've heard some rumblings from other kids that they're trying some stuff out.
Super fun. I'm going to make a connection here to my son had a junior high assignment, and the assignment was for PE to creatively run a mile and videotape yourself. We thought, run a mile, how do you videotape yourself? And his teacher had posted herself running around her patio table. She had measured out how many times around it was to run a mile. Anyway, and that was her talent. She was ran around her patio, and she played it in like fast forward speed for 3 minutes, and you just saw her zipping around the table. So tons of fun things that kids could do, no matter what their talent is. Thanks so much, Stephanie. I'm excited to see how that turns out. I want to see pictures of all these things, don't you? And all the videos that end up happening.
It'll be so much fun.
Okay, another great idea right underneath that. We're gonna have Melissa share about something else in a minute, but don't skip her ideas there. All right, and I don't think Stephanie was able to make it. Stephanie Hunde, are you here? We might catch her at the end. She had another meet set up with kids and stuff, so we'll come back to her idea maybe at the end. All right, student gifts. Melissa.
Okay, can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, so a lot of times at the end of the year, we like to get our students a gift, and I was thinking, what can I do for them that's meaningful and special during this time? So I wanted my students to think that they are strong, and so I'm like, okay, let's make rocks for them. And then I wrote this little message saying that they are strong like a rock. And so I'm going to share my screen with you and show you what I did. Hold on and see if this works.
Yeah, let me see if I can stop presenting. I think that helped last time.
All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, can see. Okay.
Okay, you're gonna like see a bunch of pictures. Let's see if I can find it. But anyway, I painted their name on one side of the rock, and then I chose a word that I thought described them and put that, oh, it's going to take me a while to find, and I put that on the other side of the rock. And I made them words that they may have to look up, like gregarious or compassionate or persistent. And then I delivered these rocks, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it. Okay. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to stop broadcasting my screen. But anyway, a quick way to do this is just to go ahead and spray paint them all. And then you can go get those Sharpie markers, and you can write their name on one side and the word on one side, and then you can spray them with a gloss spray. And it was just a way to, celebrate them and give them a word that I thought described them, a really positive attribute word. And anyway, I passed those around to their homes when I was dropping off our novel study for the month. So, yeah.
We're always looking for, gift ideas, and this one, is relatively, you've got to buy the paint, I guess, but
yeah, it was relatively it was inexpensive to do. So
awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Again, a million different ideas are kind of coming to mind to spin off of that. That is so perfect. I'm going to see if I can get our document back up here. Thanks for taking a minute to talk with us, Melissa. You always have such great ideas.
No, thanks.
All right. Mackenzie Hawes, who's always looking at all the techie angles to do awesome things, has a great idea too. Mackenzie, are you ready to share that with us?
Yes, I am. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. It sounds great. And Melissa, I saw a couple of questions for you pop up in the chat if you want to answer those.
Okay, so I've actually done this for the last few years. So even before going virtually, I have always done this on a Google form, so it's easier for me to get all of my students' responses. So we talk a lot all year long about character traits in third grade. And so, we spend huge amounts of time on this. That's one of our essential skills. And so I just thought, what a great way for my students to kind of pick character traits for their classmates and for themselves, as well as for me as a teacher. And then I turn it into a gift for them at the end. So on the document, you can open up that positive character trait page. And since we are virtual, usually I would do this in class with the kids and I'd go over words that they didn't understand. But I made this one and showed them, or put the directions of how they can actually look up the definition in case they don't know what the word means. And you can do that straight from Google Docs. And then they are going to choose one of these positive character traits for each of their classmates. And I also made a Google form. You want to open that one for me? The Google form, it's going to force you to make a copy. So as a teacher, you'll make a copy, and then you will have to set it up that every question on the Google form is one of your students' names. So if you scroll down, I've also put the picture of the positive character trait words in there so the kids can see it on the form as well. But then down, it just says student name. You will have to type in your students' names. And then when the students take this form, they see Johnny's name there. And so then underneath, they will write the one character trait for that. So, or for that person. that will submit it into a Google spreadsheet for you. And then you can copy and paste the character traits and go to wordle.net, which doesn't work in Chrome. Boo, I hate that. But it's cute. And then I just put in their words. I make sure that their words, I also put in the kid's name. And on wordle.net, the way it works, if a kid, if somebody writes the same word more than once for that student, that word becomes bigger. So the students can see, like, if that word is big, like you can see this student, friendly is big, because she had a lot of students that called her friendly last year. And so it's kind of a nice little cute thing. And then I print those off, I frame them, and I give them to the students. This year I'll have to take them around, but it's just a sweet little gift. And I just get the dollar store frames for it. So there you go.
Awesome. The best thing about that, Mackenzie, is I could take that as a teacher and just do it, because you made everything cute and shared all of the templates. So thank you for taking time to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great gift too. Very meaningful and fun. And like you said, go to Dollar Tree and get some dollar frames. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, really cool.
Awesome. Okay. Field day, right? We always have field day, rain or shine, right? A lot of times on rainy days. So what does that look like virtually? So our friend Cammie Rod has some field day things she's going to share with us. Cammie, are you here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So the first one that's purple, so that's what I guess you want me to share on. It's coming from a
Oh, somebody's got their mic on still.
The camera.
Gosh, what's happening?
Oh wait, the mic's on. Oh, there it is.
We love this whole mic thing, don't we? Let's see.
Okay.
I think we're
Good. I think we're ready now, Cammie.
All right. So the first one there, it is from a PE specialist, and he has videos. So they're like less than 3 or 4 minutes. They're little video clips to show the students different, like 1 minute physical challenges, like minute to win it type of activities. And so as teachers, we could send out, all of those videos if we wanted to, or just 1 or 2, a week. And then it just shows the students how to do these fun activities. All the things are like basic supplies that you would find in your home, like a sock or laundry baskets, bowls, garbage cans, paper. So they're things that they wouldn't need to go out and buy to do these virtual field day activities. Everything the students should have in their homes already. To tie it in academically, if you're going to, kind of do some of these this week and then into the last week, you could have them write a letter to the teacher. So I'm big on having my kids write letters to me, or they can just still send me the letter, but write to whoever they want to. But they need to exhibit show me commas, use of commas correctly. So I thought for this would be easy, because I would have them do 3 or 4 activities, and tell me which ones were their favorites and why. And so again, using the commas correctly, they could tell me dates or, places, and just using the use of commas in there, any type of proper nouns. I mean, anything that shows some of their skills, but commas is our big 5th grade ELT. Okay, so that's that side. And he just goes through every video. So it kind of shows parents, kids, whatever, what they can do. They could also take pictures or videos and send them into our Google Classroom if parents will allow them to do that. And then I just share them out in our classroom. The next one is not purple, but that one has a scavenger hunt. And it's down on the left-hand side under the events, a PDF. So there's a PDF for a scavenger hunt. And you could open up your Google Hangout Meet and do like a 5-minute, here's your list of scavenger hunt items. Go out and see how many you can find, and then come back and share. So if you scroll up a little bit, it's on the left-hand side under events. Let's see, right there, event cards and practice plans. It's the last one in that category. So if you scroll down just like one more, there it is. You could share that out with your students. Again, it's a 5-minute scavenger hunt, or you can decide how long you want it to be. And you could do this in your meet and have the kids say, okay, we're in our meet. This is what I want you guys to do today. Go out and gather these items or take pictures of these items, come back and share. And so I said, just to tie it in academically, you could work on your speaking and listening, and each person could take a chance to, do the speaking and sharing out their speaking and listening skills. So I don't know, just something fun for the last, couple of weeks of school. Because, we always do a field day. It's like, where's field day this year?
Right.
I know.
Kids look forward to that all year. So what a fun take on field day. I love that. Those are some fun ideas. Thanks, Cami. Appreciate you joining us and sharing.
Yep.
Okay, for our next one, a fun activity virtually is a show and teach. And we have our friend Jenny Pollock, who is a kindergarten teacher, and she's going to share her version of that. Are you with us, Jenny?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hey, Jenny. Thank you.
Thank you. So I have had so many kindergartners send me fun pictures of things that they have made or learned how to do. And I thought it's one thing to share them with your teacher, but to be able to show your friends the things that you've been learning while you've been away is also important. And some of you might have done this before, where a child will sign up. And I know in the classroom, you can only maybe do 1 or 2 a day, because they usually bring everything to school, give you all the directions and show you how to make or do whatever they're doing. But another fun way to do this would be over a Google Hangout or Meet. And instead of the children having to walk you through the whole process, that would take quite a bit of time. So instead, you would want to have the child pre-write out the directions or the steps that they would take for whatever they learned how to do or what they made, and then show their item. Whether that be how to make a paper airplane, or how they made a paper airplane, or some kind of a craft they made. I've had a lot of kindergartners send me pictures of them on their bikes, because they've all learned how to ride bikes during this time. How fun would that be to be able to tell the friends what they did in order to learn how to ride a bike, and then show them riding their bike to their friends. So this would be kind of fun. I know in the document I said, you could probably fit 12 kids in an hour. I know for kindergarten, we can't go for a full hour. So I'd probably have to stretch this over a few days and just have some of the participants sharing each day in order to make it a little smaller time.
I love that, Jenny. And if you had kids who had the ability to video and send it to you, you could make a document with links in that they just could click up maybe on a student's name and watch their little video. But if you're doing it live during a meet, that's a little different. So you could probably do a mesh of both. So I love it.
And an idea submitted underneath that was a 6th grade teacher, kind of the same thing, but at that level, the kids were able to kind of create a video of themselves, right? And then talk about it during the meet or put it on a Google Doc. So lots of different age range ideas. Thank you for sharing that. Another thing that happens in the classroom that can really easily happen on a Google Meet. Okay, virtual graduations. We know that this is a deal for our high school students, but we also have celebrations or graduations that sometimes happen in kindergarten, sometimes happen in 6th grade as a way to celebrate those kiddos. So we have Nancy Hart, who's an awesome kindergarten teacher, and she is going to share with us what they're doing this year for their kindergarten graduation.
So, kindergarten's such a big deal, and that first year that they have under their belt is such a celebration. So we always have an end of year program. So I'm so sad that we're going to miss that. But we thought that us teachers, we would stand outside the school with balloons and decorations, and then invite our students to either walk. We're a walking school, so they could either walk or drive by with their families. And us as teachers would stand there. We were going to see if our aides and our grandma and grandpa helpers that wanted to come, and we'd all just stand there and clap as they walked through.
Awesome. And I like how you titled it too, that it's a parade but backwards, right? The recipients are doing the parading.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for your idea and taking time to share it with us for a minute today. Also, awesome ideas. And again, I'm kind of sad we're having to skip a couple just because of time, but other great ideas for other grade levels and things underneath that too in white. So make sure that you're checking all of that out.
Right. And a big part of end of year is usually those little trinkets that they are memories of the year, of what they accomplished and what went on during the year. So we've got several ideas here for maybe videos or memory books or ways to kind of preserve this year for the children. So, did we get a hold of Laura?
Yeah, well, we've got Laura with us. She was going to call in.
I'm here.
Awesome. Okay, share with us. She's got 2 ideas kind of back to back here. So that end of year survey that you do for messages to peers.
Yeah, so it's similar to what Mackenzie presented. The kids, so you're going to make a Google form, type all the kids' name in, and then make it where it's required. So every student needs to go in and they start with their name. So I told them, like, you would put Sarah, and then you'd be writing a message to Johnny, and then the next one you'd put Sarah, and then write a message to George. And if you make it required, then they have to respond to every student in the class before they can get out or submit the form. And then the great thing is then I can go in as a teacher really quickly and see what they wrote to each other, and then just print off the form that's specific to that student, and they'll get that the last day of school.
What I love about that is there will be no yearbook signing this year, you know, or you can write a little note to their friends. So this would be a perfect yearbook signing activity.
Yes.
Yeah, to even call that. And I love how you figured out how to have the names attached, that they had to write their name first in their response. So you didn't have to do anything afterwards.
Yeah, and I started this Monday, just ironically, and I've already gotten half the kids that have already finished them for each other. And it makes me excited because I'm thinking maybe I'll do this next year too.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably the fastest way to do it anyway, though. Yeah.
Right.
We always had, you know, didn't buy your books. You know, this way they get something signed no matter if they buy one or not.
Exactly. And then the other one I was going to share is every year our 6th grade actually writes letters to the faculty and staff at our school as a way of saying goodbye, but they won't get to do that this year. And I had the PE teacher reach out to me. It's like, it's Teacher Appreciation Week. I'm not going to get my cute 6th grade letter. And I thought, okay, how can I fix this? And so the same thing, I made a Google form. Every faculty and staff is on the Google form, but with my class, I didn't make it required. They only have to pick whatever staff or teachers they want to write notes to. And that way it's not overwhelming because that's a pretty big group of people. And the same thing, I've had lots of kids go in there to say, have a great year. And other kids have written like novels to their teachers saying, thanks for teaching me. And so some of the staff, if they're on there, can surprise, you're getting a note. So.
Oh, some of you might be listening in. Well, I was thinking you're a 6th grade teacher too. It's so fun for those 6th graders to get to tell those younger grade teachers how much that they've meant to them. So it's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
I love that too. So many years we always do the apple for the teacher, you know, and you get all those letters from kids. So I haven't seen that come about this year. So that's a great idea. I love it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Did Stephanie Hunde happen to make it? I know everyone's kind of meat jumping right now. Okay. I don't think she's on. So I'm going to we're going to scroll back up really quickly. I'm just going to show you, there's a couple ideas up here for an art show. Because again, another culminating activity that we've done in different ways. But she had a kind of a great idea. You know, we all younger grade teachers collect the art for the year in the folder, and then you get it out. And I don't know. It seems like that's a tradition in lots of places, and you bind it. Well, we don't have that going on, so she's taken a picture of each student's art and collected it, and then just put it into a video so that students can share it with their families. This could be done like on a student by student basis. You could just put those pieces of art in a Google slideshow, right, just for that student, or you could put it, you know, in one big slideshow for your whole classroom, or video if you're comfortable with video. So I thought that was a great idea. Another couple spins on that are doing the sidewalk chalk art, which another great idea from Wendy Stoker. Thanks, Wendy. You know, or another spin on that is you could take the artwork and talk about how great it is and have students guess in a Google Meet who it belonged to, you know. So lots of different ways to pull the art and creativity into your end of year celebrations too. So I think those were all the ones that we had marked to to chat about?
Well, at the bottom of this form, you're going to see some blanks. It says new ideas here. So we know that you are doing amazing things out there and you are a wealth of information. And I know, in fact, Melissa Boyer was throwing something in the chat. So please go ahead and add to this your virtual celebrations, and we will just keep this form going and everybody will have access to it.
Maybe we'll send it out again next week at this time, since we're not having a buzz, you know, just with all the new ideas at the end, because you guys are the experts here and you're doing so many fun things. It'll take just a minute to type it in there. So be brave, right? Be vulnerable. Our fellows have led the way here. You can add your awesome stuff too.
Okay, that's all we have for you today. Thanks. We have so enjoyed all the professional development days and meets and everything that we've been able to rub shoulders with you throughout the year. You're just amazing, and man, you've really proven it these last few weeks. So thank you for what you do for kids every day, and especially during this difficult time.
Here's our big hug and our elbow hugs until next year. We'll see you back in August. You guys are rocks. Thanks.